Well, you mentioned your third album, Dreams and Demons, and I'd like to go ahead and play East Coast Train from that, and then we can talk about that album and that song.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
I'm gonna catch the East Coast train. I'm gonna find some answers to this pain, and I will see my friend I lost along the way, to ask her this time if she'll stay. I've been so wrong, I've been dreaming for too long. You never left my heart to this day. I will see you, it's what I have to do. There is so much left to say. Gonna catch the East Coast train, just so I can feel your love again. The wheels will turn to find the years we left behind. My love, you're always on my mind. I've been so wrong, I've been dreaming for too long. You never left my heart to this day. I will see you, it's what I have to do. There is so much left to say. I was too scared to be strong. Wish I could change what went wrong. I've lived my life without the heart to stand and fight. But now I'm gonna put that been so wrong. I've been dreaming for too long. You never left my heart to this day. I will see you, it's what I have to do. There is so much left to say. I've been so wrong, I've been dreaming for too long. There's so much left to say.
Coast Train by Colin Heppell off the Dreams and Demons album. Now, I have to ask you, were you dreaming about demons when you picked the title of that album? I mean, the songs are really not demonic, so I can't imagine.
Every night I dream of demons. Every night it keeps me awake. No, not at all. Not at all. That album is basically, I think it's about 12 tracks, and basically 6 songs are about what I want, what I'd love to have. They're my dreams, and the other 6 are the reality, the truth that's stopping me getting those things.
Okay.
So that's the title. It's the combination of the two things. It's like I'd really like to have that, but the demon over there says I can't have it.
Yeah.
So that's what it's. That's what the album title is about, and the songs obviously reflect those issues, those things.
It's funny because I think that's one of the most interesting titles of an album and the story behind it that I've heard yet. So
there you go.
And then next will be Rejects.
Yeah, Rejects. You watch out next year, Rejects. It's going to be good. Maybe a double CD, I think. Yeah.
Right.
Be a double one, a double CD. Yeah, I can see it. Yeah. Glossy cover and everything.
Yeah. Now, what is East Coast Train about?
Well, East Coast Train. I guess you've got to thank Facebook for that song, really. An old friend of mine, an old school friend of mine, she got in touch with me on Facebook. Not seen her for 20 years, I think. So there you go. I'm very surprised to hear from her. And it just got me thinking all about, it's a love song. It's about lost love and the one that got away kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a narrative song about trying to go back and trying to rekindle something. But yeah, that's the song. And again, I guess it's what I was talking about earlier. Hits on universal levels. Everybody, not necessarily regrets, but I guess everybody always would like to go back and perhaps do something a little bit different or change something. I don't know. But there you go. That's just a little love song for you.
Yeah. Now, I was thinking as I was listening to it again, and it just dawned on me this time. I don't know why, because I've heard the song many, many times. That song could actually be a great country song. It has that feel to it and that sound. Well, yeah. I mean,
to me, I mean, I get one of the questions I get asked the most. I mean, I do quite a few interviews now, and one of the questions I've get asked the most is, what genre of music are you? And I'm like, well, there's no such thing really. You've got two genres. You've got good music and bad music.
Yeah, that works.
And I like to think I'm in the good category, but there you go. Who knows? I'll let the listeners decide that. But there you go. So yeah, in terms of how it sounds like, you could you could easily take that song and turn it into a country. I mean, I suppose equally you could take that song and turn it into a heavy metal song. It's
right. It just depends on the instruments, I would guess.
Yeah. And I mean, songs work each different ways. I mean, I record it at how I feel at that specific moment, at that point of time. At that exact point in time, that's how I felt when I recorded it. If I did it tomorrow, it may be different. If I did it a week after, it may be different again.
Right.
So there's no reasoning, I don't think, behind the tune, except I always get the tune to reflect the lyrics. So if I'm writing, if I'm writing sad, I'll write in minor keys. If I'm writing happy, I write in major keys. That kind of thing.
Oh, okay. So that's how that works.
Yeah. That's how that works. But that's the kind of thing. But in terms of the tempo and things like that, no, it's just how I feel it should be. There's no big reasoning behind it. So yeah,
maybe you should experiment and write a sad song in major keys. And
well, it's strange you should say that. It's strange you should say that because on the new album, that's what I've done.
Oh, okay.
On the new album,
and we will be playing some of those songs at the end too.
Oh well, there's a song I did called Alive to it. I don't know if you're going to play it, but I did
Yes,
a song called
I am.
Alive. Oh yeah, well, there you go.
Mhm.
There's a song called Alive to it, and that was done in that way. It was kind of well, the lyrics are all about negative, being beaten and cheated on and down, but the song is very pop.
Yes.
I switched it around.
Yes.
I
I didn't think about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I did that on purpose. You say, nobody picks up on it.
Yeah.
So I did
well,
this
now
really
that you
sad.
mentioned it,
I did this real sad, nasty song, which should have real minor, horrible, nasty guitar chords, and I just made it into a pop song. I just thought it'd be really cool to try it, and so that's what I did on the new album. I did a lot of experimenting, and added a few instruments like a horn section and things that I've never done before. So there you go. I'm sorry I've stole your thunder for later on now.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. I mean, that's interesting to me because I didn't think about it when I've only listened to it a couple times because I just recently got it from Melanie. But now that you say it, I can definitely see what you're saying, and that album does have a totally different vibe to it than your other albums.
Yeah.
So
if I'd have wrote those 4 years ago, they wouldn't have sounded the same.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. Do you think that your songwriting has evolved from album to album or even song to song?
Well, yeah, I guess so. I mean, obviously, in terms of the sound, obviously, I experiment with the sounds. I got much more a fuller sound now. I don't know if what I write about evolves much because I still write about, the things that are happening around me.
Right.
And that doesn't change much. I have this boring, sorry life that I lead. Nothing much changes.
Hey, you're talking about all of us then,
Exactly. Nothing really happens. Just the same Monday life we live every day. No.
Yes.
But, you know what I mean? It's these things that happen. So I still write about those, but I do try and experiment a bit more and try and push the music a bit more than certainly that I did from the first album. So I mean, I guess certainly the sound evolves. Certainly the subject matter doesn't really, because that's the universe of things that will always exist. I think it always will exist.
Right, I think so too. Yeah, there's not much else to write about. Otherwise, if it's maybe science fiction, and I'm not sure people would want to really listen to that. I guess it would depend how it sounded,
Again, what would I know about it? I've not been to Mars yet.
Yeah, you'd have to make it up in your head. But that's where movies come from and stuff too. So there's different ways of doing that.
I mean, there is something for storytelling, but I just think the songs that work best for me are the songs set in the real life.
The here and now.
I've tried the storytelling. I mean, a couple of them have worked. East Coast Train, for example, song on the Dreams and Demons called Fate, another good, I think, example of story writing that I've done. But most of I think the most the best ones I wrote, I think, are like we said, the ones that connect to people, but people know about.
Right. Now, since I know that you enjoy songwriting the most, who would you love to play one of your songs and would give your last nickel to hear them sing it?
Oh, God, there's quite a few. I think they all write their own songs, though.
That don't mean anything.
I mean, my big influences are people like, Bruce Springsteen and, Paul McCartney from the Beatles, They're the kind of... I'd like to combine them too, because you've got the pop of the Beatles and you've got the meaningful words of what like Bruce Springsteen does, and people like Bob Dylan as well, what they do. I know it's all a bit in the past that, and I've got more contemporary bands that I listen to as well. I don't know if they've made it over in the US yet, but people like The Feeling and Keane and Snow Patrol and bands like that are certainly big over in the UK. I think they capture that similar thing. It's kind of pop rock music with it's actually something to say rather than just the song about the corner shop.
Right. I like Snow Patrol.